started, it showed where
It
it's
says installing.
Okay, welcome. Hey, we started already.
Did we?
Yep.
Did it like start real like fast this time instead of
Yeah, it
slow?
started a lot faster than the last few times. It takes like
I
almost
wonder.
3 to 5 minutes.
I wonder if they're fixing this thing then.
Well, yeah, they got a lot of bugs to work out. It's going to take them time. So,
Maybe I won't. Maybe some of it might have been in this damn thing causing me to
well,
pause and freeze and all that other
that could have
bullshit.
been too, but I also found out through some reading and little investigative type stuff that the reason I can't get you set up here is you have to make a free account first, and then I got to send you the thing using the email you used for the free account so that you can. We'll get it fixed. We'll get that fixed. I mean, Tom's still working on it with his Don or whatever his name is, Dom. So,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, I'm marked safe from being stranded in the desert by a cult leader today.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh. You know that TV that you brought over today.
What about it?
Thank you, by the way.
Oh, is it working?
Oh, it's just I don't think Tanya likes it because when I sit back here now, she can't see me too easily. So, but it worked real good. I got it all set up. I tried scanning for channels, but that didn't work too well.
Did you get the remote to work?
Yeah, I had to put new batteries in it.
I did put new batteries in it, and it still
Well,
was giving me
yeah,
issues. So I don't know.
I don't know. I put new whatever, and I try. Yeah, the remote's kind of touchy, but I got it to work so that I could scan the channels on the TV thing. And I don't have an antenna. I haven't found it yet, but it didn't find any channels or pick up anything. So when it gets turned on, it just goes right to where the Xbox is for now. You know, I was thinking about switching the center monitor out for the bigger TV and hook my computer up to it because it's bigger than my monitor, my biggest monitor for hooked up to my computer. Oh, oh, you froze. Uh-oh, we're having issues. Well, we'll wait on Mark. But it was his birthday today, so when you come on in the comments, wish him a happy birthday. Um, and he came over for a little bit, brought me a TV so I could use it for my Xbox because I can't sit at the I can't sit right in front of it just right. So he brought me a solution, a smaller TV that I can sit right here next to me and have my Xbox hooked into it.
It seriously made me freeze, and
Yep,
on my end, I was still hearing everything you were
yep.
saying.
And on my
It was
end,
showing, and it was showing me moving and everything else here on this end. So I don't know. I don't know what the fuck. I don't.
maybe
Maybe I just gotta stay on this channel on this thing on here because I was over on Facebook looking at stuff, but
you know until you get your computer wired, I think you're going to continue having those issues.
Maybe.
And I think that might have been your issue with multiverse too. Except more
I
of
get the measure.
more of the problems with multiverse are not so much you and your connection as they are with the game and its servers. Yeah,
Well, the thing
a
is,
lot of
what I'm not understanding is I can go on Steam with my connection without it being wired with my connection. I can go on Steam. I can play online games and not have a problem. They play. They play for me.
right.
I can go on YouTube and I can watch videos. I can go on streaming services. I can watch fucking shit on there, and I don't have any problems with it coming through. It's when I'm on here. For some reason, on here is where I'm having the issue. Oh, and multiverses. That too.
Yeah, but multiverse, like I said, I think
That one I think
I
is
think it's a lot more on their end than
yeah.
it is yours because a lot of people are having the issues where they can't log in. They get to the part where it authenticates and then it
Mhm.
fails. Uh,
Well,
you
look when we would go on there. When I was able to go on there, we'd play for damn near an hour, and then it would kick me off.
right.
I'm on here for 10 minutes, and it fucking supposedly freezes me up and keeps me from doing anything.
And
I
another
don't get
thing,
it.
I bought that. I know you don't like talking wrestling, but this isn't just wrestling. This is a game. I bought
I know.
that. I bought that WWE 2K24, and I bought the biggest, the most expensive version of it you could get, right? So that when
All the bells and whistles.
all these new downloads come out, I'm supposed to get them for free.
Mm-hmm.
They just released the Bray Wyatt thing today,
Mm-hmm.
this morning, right?
Okay.
And I looked at the edition, what is it, the Platinum Edition or whatever it's called that I bought. I looked at it in the store, and it says that it includes that new download content that was released today. So I went to go get it, and it wanted
And
to
it
charge me $9.99 for it when I should get it for free.
well, yeah. If you bought the platinum, you should get it for
Right,
free.
right. I get all the downloads, including
Mm-hmm.
that one.
Yeah.
Nope. And I think their store's fucked up again because it took me like 3 or 4 hours just to get into their store today.
Who's that? You're talking about Steam,
No, the Microsoft store.
Microsoft.
The Xbox on the
Yeah.
Xbox.
Right. No, I
You
get
know,
it.
for like the 2 3 hours earlier today, it was like getting all kinds of errors. I was getting a big error screen, and I figured, well, they're probably overloaded because of the Bray Wyatt thing and the other new releases that were coming out and all this. And
Mm-hmm.
I finally get on there, and they want to fucking charge me $9.99 for this bitch. It's like, fuck that. I mean, I kind of want it real bad, but I ain't gonna pay $9.99 when I should be getting it for fucking free.
Yeah, especially since you paid for
Well, yeah, I
that
did.
service.
It was like, the new games come out, they're like $69, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the standard edition. Then you got another edition, and it's usually like, $80 or so. Well, the edition I paid for was like $119, but I got it on when it was on sale, like 20% off or whatever. And I read the description, and it includes all these bundles, but yet when I try to download it, wants to charge me for it. And it's like, what the fuck? And it's like, well, I probably have to wait another day or two. Something broken in the store still. Oh, that kind of pissed me off, but that's all right. I just got this set up right. I got a lot of catching up to do in the My Faction part of that game, anyways. I was playing Four Kings Casino, though. I was trying to win the jackpot on the progressive slots. Last night, I wish I would have watched it. Kept playing it, but my computer kept putting it into like pixelating it. Last night, that jackpot for that slot was like 7 million. I figure they need to make a Halloween slot though. Digital Laser hasn't updated their games in a long time.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now.
All right, it froze up again. This time, instead of going out and coming back in, I turned off the internet and turned it back on,
Yeah,
and then it resynced. I don't think it's my internet connection. I think it's in this program.
I don't know. I mean, you seem to be the only one that has a problem.
Then why is it everything else I do is fine?
I don't know.
Everything else, I can go on here. I can stream. I can stream anything I want, and I can sit here and I can watch an entire 2-hour movie
I don't
and
know.
stream it, and it won't fuck up once.
I don't
I'm
know.
on here. I'm on here for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, sorry, we don't like you. We're gonna
Well,
just fucking freeze
you
your
know,
shit.
we ought to. What is this? Jeremy's got a show that starts at 8 p.m. Eastern, right? And
Yep.
there's a link for everybody to join, right? All right. Because it's like some. Anyway, I want to see. He's using something called. What is it called? One stream? One stream? It's like another streaming service. So I'm going to go check that out later and see what it's like.
Okay. Well, I don't see anything for everybody to join because I just brought up the Things Network and it just says it's just showing a conversation between him and Heather this morning. It looks like.
Oh, yeah, that's different. That's a different one. That's a different chat. There's one called Just Things.
Then I must not get that one.
I got them all. I don't know
No,
why.
that's because I'm not an important person.
No. Well, most of them have dealt with me from the beginning. Because I was trying to, when we were starting this, when we were back in, what was it, 2019,
Yeah.
with the guests and all of that because of, COVID and that. I was trying to get Jeremy to be one of our guests at the very
Yeah,
beginning.
I know. I remember that.
So, I don't know. It's
All
like,
right. Can you hear me still?
yeah, I can hear you still. You
Okay.
know, it's like I've just been the main person for people to contact for us. I mean, it's like Dale, he'll call me out of the blue sometimes. And then, I don't know, you might have got that one from Janet.
I still haven't gotten that stuff
Yeah,
over
I
to
haven't
her.
got that stuff either, but there was
I've been
some,
wanting to, but I've been trying. I've been getting derailed for everything.
um, what was it? No, this was about something different.
Yeah.
No, it's not on that profile. It's probably on my personal profile. It was actually about Eloise. Um, I'll find it here. Yeah, okay, here. I was thinking about booking an investigation at Eloise in like May. We would need like 10 people to go, and I believe it's $100 per person as long as we have 10 people. Also, we can only book Monday through Thursday. And I'm like, I don't know. That May's kind of far off, and
Hmm.
you and Tanya would have to take vacations again and
I
sync it
got
all
I got
together.
time built up for vacations.
You know, and coordinate it and go again. Because we didn't quite get to investigate Eloise. We only got in to a certain point, inside of it to a certain point. And then we basically got a tour of that, like, first floor of it. Because they had some kind of blues concert going on outside. Um, but it's still, the whole thing, the whole trip was still worth it. Because the way Tanya and I took on the way back and stuff. I didn't do a lot of videos on some of the locations, but I did. We did take a lot of pictures and do plan to go back to some of these spots. Oh, so I think you're frozen again. Yeah, it looks like he's frozen again. Oh well, we're gonna have a difficult time tonight. So anyway, I'm trying to see. Oh, he just disappeared. See, he was frozen. So I don't know what's going on here. Oh, he's back. He's back. Welcome back.
I guess that's the way I'm gonna have to do it for a while there until we figure out what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. Boy, unless it fixes itself after you hardwired it all.
Well, I gotta work on getting that done. I still got all the shit that I need for making the cables. I just need the cable.
Oh
So
yeah, you still got all the shit for making the cable, but you don't have the cable.
I don't have the cable. I don't have the raw cable to make it.
What happened to all that
I
raw
got the
cable
clipper.
that you
I got
bought?
the clip. I've used it over the
Really?
years. Yeah, making lines for everybody else and shit and helping people out.
Wow.
So I mean, if anything, I can I'll measure and figure out how far I need to go, and yeah, because it's gonna be weird putting it across the ceiling up here.
So I guess as you were over here today, and I was watching a couple of horror flicks on and off,
Mm-hmm.
and we got talking about Hollywood and fucking up remakes and shit.
Well, that's the thing. Hollywood been fucking up remakes. They go and remake a damn. I mean, look! It all started. It all started with the Fantastic Four. That's where I'm thinking it all started, because you had two Fantastic Four movies. They were really good. They did well. They stuck to the comic book pretty much, and then all of a sudden, oh look, Fox is going to go and remake the Fantastic Four, and guess what? It's not going to be like the original. Okay, you got
Well, didn't they?
Johnny Storm is a black guy. The family is black family. Susan is adopted. She's a white girl adopted by a black family. They don't get their powers by going with the guy, Victor Von Doom, up to his space station and get hit by a cosmic storm. No, they get their powers by going through some dimensional portal shit to a different world where they allegedly get their powers there.
Yeah, they really messed that up bad.
What the fuck is that?
You know, I mean,
I'm sorry, but that is not the way that comic goes. That
no.
is not the way that storyline is supposed
Well,
to
it's
be.
not. They even they mess with the origins, and you don't mess with the
Yeah,
origins.
they mess with the origins.
I mean, you know how
Okay,
the Batman.
Johnny and Susan Storm are
Brother and
brother and
sister.
sister, blood brother and sister.
Right.
Okay, and Johnny becomes the Human Torch. Susan becomes the Invisible Girl, and then you have Reed Richards, who is the head scientist. He's the head scientist, and him and Susan are dating. Yeah. Actually, in the comic, I think it was they were dating, and Susan started dating Victor Von Doom.
Well, they did that in the movie, kind of, too.
They did that in the movie, yes, in the first movie. So, but she's still part of the scientific team.
Right.
And Ben is the test pilot, astronaut, and good friend to Reed. So, all of them, when Victor's like, yeah, I got the space station, because I'm a rich motherfucker. Let's go up there, and I'm gonna let you do experiments up there. Blah 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 blah. And they all went up, and then the shielding, something happened that because Ben was an astronaut, he goes and dons the spacesuit, goes out, fixes the fucking thing that for the shielding, so they can try and protect themselves from this cosmic storm. Well, he didn't quite make it back to the airlock, and the fucking airlock door was wide open. So therefore, he gets 100% hit by the damn storm. The storm runs through the entire space station, and everybody gets a dose of it, which is what caused their DNA to react and become mutated DNA, and that's how they got their power.
Yeah, and
ta-da!
And they kept that pretty much. That when they mess up the origin stories of things, and it really pisses me off. It's like the Batman from the comics, and the way the Joker was made and all of that. He killed Bruce's father and mother outside of the thing, the theater or something, when he was a kid. And his name was Jack Napier and all of that. And then they mess that all up, and they change all that stuff, and they make the Joker, and now you got this guy, and he's somebody. Yeah. I'm not big on those remakes or somebody taking the story and twisting it around so it's different. If they're going to make the hero stories, they should stick to the comic books. Those comic books were good enough and made, and some of those, they deviate way too much.
I kept hollering, you must have froze again, so.
Yeah.
But yeah. Now, when Tim Burton made started the Batman movies, he did it right. He stuck to the storyline. He made sure that, and what it was Bruce and his parents came out of the theater, and for some reason, Bruce's dad wanted to go through the alleyway instead. It was like a shortcut. And then that's when Jack, Mr. Napier, basically mugged him. That's all he was trying to do is mug him, and then all of a sudden, the struggle occurred, and then he shot both Bruce's parents.
Well, I watched that new Joker movie, that one with that standalone character that was like, going to court and all of that because he was.
The
And
one
it's,
with Joaquin Phoenix.
no, he's got real long hair.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah, the Joker. That I'm sorry, but I could not get into that one. It's just like the
Well,
one
they
with
didn't even call
this
him
newest
Jack Napier.
this it's just like with this newest Batman movie that they made with that kid from the
Harry Potter.
Twilight series.
Or
the Twilight series, Harry Potter, or whatever the fuck.
Well, I don't know. They're
I
all the same.
couldn't get into that either. I didn't like how they were trying to portray him as Batman. I didn't even like the way the kid even acted in there as Bruce Wayne in the Batman. He screwed it he screwed the whole damn thing up.
But the Batman movie was better than the Joker movie. I'll say. I mean, I'm not saying it was good, but it was more tolerable.
Oh, dude, the second Joker movie. You talk about bad reviews. Oh my god, that thing has been no, that thing. When I first seen I was seeing some of the previews and shit to that. I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm even going to watch that, even attempt to watch that.
No.
And then all of a sudden you get all these bad reviews. That thing has lost a ton of money.
I mean, Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn? No. Hell no.
They
I'm going to tell you right now, okay, since Margot Robbie, when she went into all this and took that role as Harley,
she nailed it.
It's going to be impossible for anybody else to come through and take over that role from her because of the fact that the way she freaking portrayed Harley Quinn. I mean, she nailed it so good, it was ridiculous.
That's why they shouldn't be making remakes of some of these, because the main characters in these movies were portrayed by an actor that did such a good job that nobody can compare. Tim Curry doing Pennywise, or Tim Curry as Dr.
Frankenfurter.
Dr. Frankenfurter from.
There can never be another Frankenfurter. There can be
imitation. Hell to the no. Now, but when they did make this alleged second movie of that
Rocky, Shock Treatment.
Yes, when they did,
I know everything about that movie.
They did not try to do it as a remake of the original Rocky.
No,
they basically continued the storyline
for some of the characters, like
for some of it.
For Magenta and Columbia.
I mean, it was its own movie, its own standalone, but they brought elements of the original into it and flowed it into, so it kind of blended some.
I still haven't made it all the way through that Shock Treatment movie yet, though. Rocky Horror, I will watch until the day I die. I could watch it 5 times in a row.
Fuck yeah! That was a freaking awesome movie.
Was great. The casting was great.
Yep. I just recently saw a video where they did an anniversary gathering at like a Comic-Con or something, or some convention. And I mean, of course, not everybody was there, but you had Barry Bostwick, who was Brad. You had Patricia Quinn, who was Magenta, and Lil Nell, that was Columbia. But you also had Peter Hinwood, which is really, I thought he died, but apparently he didn't.
Not yet.
No, I think
Tim Curry's still alive too.
Well, yeah, but he wasn't.
But he's in a wheelchair.
Yeah,
he's.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he froze again. He's having issues still. And then you got Meatloaf was in that movie too, and he's gone.
Played Eddie. I'm sure the guy that played the criminologist, like the narrator, I'm sure he's long been gone. Charles Gray.
And then you had Susan Sarandon as Janet.
Yep.
Damn it, Janet.
I mean, Barry Bostwick took off too. He was in some movies and stuff. He was in Weekend at Bernie's too.
Back.
I'm front. Wait, no, I don't like that.
No, it's just I figured okay, instead of like logging completely out, all I do is I shut my connection off and then turn it back on and it fucking resyncs me.
Wow.
It's like fucking I don't know, man. I was telling Joe, I can sit here and I can download shit and I don't have a problem. It downloads, no problem. I can sit here, I can stream a fucking 2-hour movie and it won't freeze in the middle. It'll continue going. It'll go completely through.
Well, see,
I can watch shit on YouTube, but it's
with
like
internet,
when
you
I
have
get on here.
with internet, you have the two pathways, the incoming and outgoing. Maybe there's a problem with the outgoing.
Yeah, we're gonna have
I
to
don't know.
try to figure out what his problem is eventually.
Well, I'm
over there long
gonna
enough
get
the other day to help.
I'm gonna get some Cat 5 or Cat 6 cable. I can make it myself. I just now
Oh,
what I'd
Tanya,
like to do is go up from from the living room up through the floor or ceiling up into the floor, but I don't know if I'd be able to do that because
Tanya's
I mean,
jealous today. Tanya got jealous and mad at me today because you brought me Taco Bell. I want Taco Bell. Where's mine?
Wait, he brings you stuff on his birthday? Man, I wish I lived closer.
He brought me a TV over on his birthday because it's also his day off. Thursdays are his
well,
day off.
I had this 23-inch TV that I had.
I was
It's
just
sitting
over
in
there,
drying dust.
and I was just over there on Saturday. Wasn't it Saturday? Yeah, it was Saturday or
Yeah, I
Sunday.
think it was Saturday.
I was
and
out
I
and about,
couldn't find
and he
I
didn't
couldn't
have
find the cable for it.
So he
The
didn't have
power
the power
supply.
cable. Yeah.
My girlfriend puts shit away. She does this. She'll put shit away and won't
And
tell me where she puts it, and then forgets where she puts it.
Yeah.
So we wound up. It only took us about 20 minutes to find it because we basically looked through everything where we had stuff, and I found it pretty quick.
So now I can play my Xbox.
There you go.
So I took the TV. I took it over there to him so he could use it to put it on his desk. Okay, no problem.
I need to get myself another monitor. I am still missing my second monitor.
I've got 3 of them sitting around here.
I'll tell you right now, Tom, get yourself an HD TV.
That's what I had as my second monitor.
Right, get a 23-inch HD TV or a 32-inch.
It just took a crap. It was old.
I've got like a 40-some, I think this is a 43-inch that I've got here. Plus I got one in the closet behind me.
Yeah.
And they're both smart TVs. But yeah, I mean, I that's what I got hooked up. I got a 43-inch, and I got my computer hooked to it, and runs just fine.
Yeah, I had a TV as my second. It was a flat screen. I don't think it was HD. It might have been HD. It was an early HD, but it was working fine. But then all of a sudden, it just started shutting off on me, like just randomly, and then it would like shut off automatically when I went to turn it on. I'm like, all right, fuck it, and I took it off the desk. Now, at first, I'm like, wow, look at how much more room I have on the desk now. This is great. The next time I did a streaming for like with Galpin, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're sitting there going, oh man.
I can't see the chat now. I can't.
No, I got to do it all.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
I mean,
it's
I
nice.
can use my laptop, but that's a piece of shit too.
Yeah, I got 2 monitors hooked up to my computer at all times.
Yeah, he said he's going to hook that computer
I
up
might
to that
just
TV.
hook up this fucking TV with my bigger monitor over here and just switch them around.
You can still have the Xbox hooked to it. You can still have it.
Oh, that's right.
It's got multiple HDMI's.
That's right.
It's got multiple HDMI hookups.
Yeah, but it's got.
You just switch the source when you want to.
Exactly.
Nope, it don't have the hookup I need. I'd have to get a converter.
What hookup you talking about for your?
For my computer, I'd have to get a converter because all that's left on the back of the computer is device hookups. So I have to get a device to HDMI hookup. So I'd have to get a device to HDMI cable, where one end is HDMI and the other end's device.
I think you froze again, Mark.
Yeah, he froze again. He'll be back.
I thought he was just listening really intently for a second. That's him. I'm not coming back.
I know she's got the phone, so she should be answering it.
She doesn't speak the language. Doesn't know what to say.
Well, her son's been calling here because he's out driving and he'll hit dead spots.
Shouldn't talk on the phone and drive, man.
Well, they've got it now where, now you don't have to actually answer your phone in your newer vehicles, like
Yeah.
a truck out there. When her phone rings, she answers it through the radio, and it's like, God damn it, you're interrupting a good song.
God damn it, 2 out of 3 ain't bad was just on.
And it's like all of a sudden her phone rings, and it's like one of her kids, and it's like, fucking A. You picked the wrong time to call. No.
They never play that song.
Yeah. Well, it's like, they're playing like on the oldies channel, it's always the songs you and I and Mark grew up on back in the, so that's the oldies is nowadays, okay?
I know.
So I'm listening to it, so they were playing like one of these,
I hear you, but you're not on it. There you are. There you
are. Okay. Now here's what I was trying to tell you. Take your HDMI cable from your other monitor, hook it to that TV, and then use the DVI port or the DV port, DP, to that other monitor. You should, if that's a standard monitor with an HDMI port, it should have a DP port as well, display port. Then all you need is the cable for that, which I have like 3 of them sitting here.
Actually, one of these monitors is
not like the other.
Is device only.
Well, how many HDMI ports you got off your video card?
1.
Okay. You've got probably 3 DP ports?
No, they're not DB ports. They're device ports. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, DP. DP ports.
I've got like 6 of those.
Damn.
I told you, I've got a very expensive video card in this.
Yeah, well, yeah, your video card's older than mine, but mine's only got the three DP ports and the 1 HDMI.
Oh, and this was during the time that trying to find a video card
was like pulling teeth, because that's when everybody was using them in the mining gears.
Well, that plus
rigs that they were doing for the Bitcoin.
Plus, the COVID had all the chip factories down. Shut down, so they weren't making chips. Hi, Ashley. They weren't making chips and stuff for the cards. Okay. So manufacturing was down really low.
So which one of your monitors, there are 2 monitors there, has the HDMI?
I don't know which. Well, this one doesn't. It must be the bigger one.
Okay. Now, if you can, look at the back of your bigger one and see if there's a display port along with the HDMI plug-in.
No, there's not. No. I'll get it figured out. I had to do it once before. I'll get it off Amazon.
Well, what you'll do is you get a display port to HDMI.
Right. That's all I need.
Take your HDMI plug and make sure your HDMI to HDMI is plugged to the 23-inch or the big monitor, the television monitor, and then use a display port to the HDMI on the other monitor. Because your HDMI gives you sound, so you'll have it on the TV instead.
I don't need the sound.
But I'm saying, in case you want it, it'll be there.
No, I don't need the sound. I've got
whatever.
I've got a subwoofer back here with 2 big speakers. hooked up to
I
my
got
sound card, which is
I got my
separate.
I got my clip speakers. I got my woofer down here and my two here, and I can actually rock this place
I
with it.
mean, like
Pretty loud.
like the sign says behind me, my neighbors are
Stoner.
listening to great music, whether they like it or not.
Yeah, Stoner, High
Well,
Street,
if
Mary Jane Lane.
I could make it with the door closed. I could piss her off out there.
Well, yeah.
I could get this
With the
so
door
loud.
closed, you've always been able to piss her
I
off,
could get
even
this
without the
so
radio.
loud. I can get it so loud in here she won't be able to hear the TV. And Gabe, you know where Gabe is, right across, kind of kitty corner,
I know where he's
right?
at. Yeah.
Dave's not here, man.
He would hear it in
Gabe,
his
not Dave.
trailer.
Gabe.
He came over here one day and he says, "I heard you playing music earlier today. I heard it in my trailer." And I said, "Really? It got that loud? I'm sorry."
Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. When I start not making noise, let me know. That way I can do the
It's just
doohickey.
sometimes when you freeze, it's like when Joe's in the middle of talking, it just looks like you're intently listening really hard for a
Because
while.
I'm sitting here holding my chin.
Yeah.
Because like you'll freeze and you'll just be like, and it's like, wow,
Oh
he's
yeah,
really
to
listening.
create
All right, I'll start doing this.
I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna check
You're
that out.
you're getting messages that I can't see.
Yeah, because you're not part of that thing's chat.
Oh,
Yeah,
but there are a couple messages there from Ashley.
yeah. I'm gonna. Yeah, I know there's a couple messages from Ashley.
What the fuck, man?
Oh. How are you, Ashley? No. How's my grandsons? They doing good?
Doing okay.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's my youngest daughter.
I only have one, so he's my youngest and my oldest.
Well, I've got three.
Yeah.
Ashley,
Only ever had the one.
and it works out kind of funny. From oldest to youngest, they make up DNA. Their initials are DNA.
Huh.
Ooh. Yeah, Deborah, Nick, and Ashley.
Ooh.
DNA.
That's a beer and a burger.
A beer and a burger, huh?
Yeah, that was all in that burp. I could taste them both.
Ew.
I
Ew.
made burgers, like not the kind that are already pre-made and everything. Like I got the ground meat and I put in the onions and the peppers.
Oh, I do that all the time.
I just didn't feel like doing it because it's a mess to clean up because I make it in the pan. So
Well, I don't like making those like frozen type patties and stuff that you buy in the store, pre-made. If I do make pre-made ones, though, some of grocery stores, they still have like a butcher shop, kind of where they have all the fresh meat.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll make up like
they'll make patties
with like the bacon and the cheddar cheese and shit.
Where I go for shopping, it's a mainstream supermarket here called Acme.
Acme?
ACME, Acme.
I thought that's where
That's where Wiley Coyote. Yeah, that's where he shops.
All his stuff to
I saw him there.
Wiley Coyote gets all his shit there.
That's right. He was down the dynamite aisle today when I saw him. But yeah, they have they make them and they package them, but,
right?
But they're never frozen.
But they're never frozen, right? Yeah. That's what I was talking to him today. I don't go to those fast food restaurants anymore.
I go to Chick-fil-A. I like that.
I can understand that because it's chicken.
Yeah,
okay? That's something different. But like McDonald's.
There's a restaurant. If we had it up,
or Wendy's or Culver's or any of these places, like that. And
there are two restaurants for California, if we had them out here, you wouldn't want to go to any other restaurant.
Hmm.
One of them is In-N-Out Burger.
I think they had them on the East Coast too at one
Nope.
point.
Nope, they have never been on the East Coast. In-N-Out
Really?
they started in Southern California, and the furthest this direction they've made it is to Colorado.
Hmm.
There's one in Denver, Colorado, and there's one in Texas.
I know
Down in
there's at least
Dallas
one or
area.
two in Vegas because my cousin
There's
Jimmy shops there all the time.
I think there's 2 of them in Vegas, maybe 3. But
You know.
and then the other one, since you're talking about chicken, you like chicken. The other one is called El Pollo Loco.
That's the place from Breaking Bad.
Do you know what El Pollo Loco means?
Yeah, they said it in this show, but I can't remember.
It literally interprets the chicken crazy, but it's in Spanish it's the crazy chicken.
Huh.
And it's really cool because you can get Mexican beans, you can get refried beans, black beans, you can get Mexican rice, but the way they do their chicken, it's all grilled. It's not baked, not fried. It's all on this big freaking hibachi type grill they got right in the center of the back kitchen down back there.
Wow.
And they serve it with tortillas and salsa.
I did not know that was a real place.
Yeah.
I just thought it was in Breaking Bad.
Nope, it is absolutely a real place.
But
El
the
Pollo
point
Loco.
I was trying to make though about those places is back in the 80s, if you looked at a commercial from like McDonald's and the Big Mac looked a lot thicker. The patty did.
And it
And
wasn't made with as much soy.
the sandwich was like about this tall.
Yeah.
Now the sandwich is about half that tall. The patty's about like this. It's like almost paper thin. And it's so dry when you eat it, you're wondering if it's meat or not.
2 all-beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
I got one for you, Joe. I was checking out some anime today because I like my anime.
Hentai?
No. I like isekai. That's the reincarnation ones, or brought to the called to the world to be the hero type of thing. But no, I went and found this one site where it had Japanese commercials.
Really?
Huh.
Yes. And one of the commercials was a commercial for McDonald's.
Really?
And they were advertising the Big Mac and the Chicken Mac.
Chicken Mac.
It was a Big Mac with 2 chicken patties.
Oh my Lord. Unhinge your jaw.
It was a friggin' Chicken Mac. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Well,
And I know they're big on their chicken over there. The Japanese and Chinese really love their chicken.
They got a lot. If you go overseas to some of those places, the restaurants that you would like walk into a McDonald's or Burger King, and it's not going to have the same menu.
Yeah, it's all different. And even if it is the same thing from one of the other menus from here, it's not going to be made the same way. And he froze. Look, you sneezed so hard, you froze.
Yeah,
Mark.
Froze Mark. You froze, Mark. Apparently, you can hear us on his end, so we got froze.
Yeah, when he freezes, that's why I say I think it must be the
all those restaurants. I remember going and when they had the Burger King or McDonald's special, there was like the triple cheeseburgers. Remember those?
Yeah.
You could get them like for two for $3 or something. They had a special, so we'd go down there because it was.
Did you see what Ashley put about Wendy's?
Yeah, they got a Krabby Patty sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the commercial for that. That was
and
funny.
Here's another funny thing. I did see one of the commercials for that too, but there are some of the Wendy's to promote it. They've got a tunnel drive-through that is a tunnel of Bikini Bottom as you go through, and then you make your order, and then you go up to the window and you get your Krabby Patty.
People have been making all kinds of videos with that too. Like I see it on TikTok and stuff. One guy went dressed in a big crab outfit. He's like, "Who
That's
stole
Mr. Krabs.
formula?"
Uh,
Who stole my formula?
I gave it to him, Krab.
Fletcher!
Okay.
you know, but it's back then.
That was horrible.
But back in the day, when you ate one of those burgers from one of those places, it's like when you bit into it, it's like all the juices came out. It wasn't grease. It was like all the juices from the hamburger. Just you know,
They got a pineapple frosty too.
uh,
Oh damn! I'm gonna have to try
nowadays
that.
it's like everything's frozen. They don't know how to cook those frozen patties right. So when you eat any burger from any of those places, it's all dry.
Oh,
It's
here's
like
one.
you have
Here's a nasty one for you. Ready? You like Arby's?
Mm.
You know that Arby's does the roast beef, and they do like a roasted chicken sandwich, stuff like that. You know those motherfuckers are doing deep fried hamburgers now.
Ew.
Oh, yuck.
Yep.
Well, you never know. It might turn out good if they do
Nope.
it right.
Nope. It's
Because
fucking nasty. It's nasty as hell.
well, you know that place. There's a place in Jefferson, I think it is. It's probably closed for the season. They're only open, during the warmer months.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
I don't know what it's called, but they broil their hamburgers.
Ugh.
And I thought, oh, that's disgusting.
No, broiling's a little different, Joe. It's like baking.
Well, anyway, whatever.
You're thinking boiled.
Yeah,
Oh,
they were
let's
boiled
boil
burgers.
let's boil the meat.
Yeah, that's it. Something like that. That's what it's
No,
called.
that's nasty.
That's what it's called. It's in Jefferson.
Windows. Yep.
Been there a couple.
Yeah, but for some reason that place is really, really popular.
Yeah.
And every summer, and it's a little shack. It's a little tiny fucking shack.
Yeah, no bigger
So
than a
you
food
don't
truck.
go inside to eat. You just walk up to the window, and every time people during the summertime, that place has a line around the fucking corner to get burgers from them.
Yep.
I don't know. I've never had them. Never tried them.
Yep. Tanya and I were there, and we had to wait. We had a bit of a line to wait in, and
then further down by the river there, you not in a van by the river, Tom, but down by the
down by
down by the river.
If Nick was here, he would have picked up on that right away.
There's a little restaurant, a little a little burger joint that actually the city got together, all the citizens of Jefferson that last time it flooded real bad got together and helped them out because it's a real popular little restaurant there.
Yeah, there are a few of those little popular joints around.
And well, it got flooded out, so now it sits up on a small hill that they put and then rebuilt the restaurant. Yeah, actually, you lived everywhere. You used to live in Whitewater. I'd go pick you up.
Everywhere, man.
Now she's up there in Oshkosh. Away from Owen West. Hey, look, it's a pickle fucker.
Hey, that was a good movie, by the way.
A pickle fucker?
I don't think I've ever seen that.
He's watching porn again.
Oh, where that came from, Clerks, too.
Yeah. Anyway. Clerks was a good movie. The second one, I didn't see the third one yet.
Well, I saw the second one. I kind of,
I mean, it was
I don't
okay.
know. I think for the guy that made it, Mike Smith, and
Yeah.
ask it's him and his buddy. Um,
Jason
they
Matthews.
they did a good job. You know, I think they need to do another Dogma though.
Yeah. Dogma was a good
Would
movie.
really
Don't
like
redo it. Make
to-
another one.
Right, just make another one.
Pay
I mean,
homage to George Carlin somehow.
right. That would,
Don't have Alanis as God.
yeah,
Unless she can do it. If she can still do it, then cool. Why not?
yeah, but she's probably aged too much. That movie was like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Actually, before I froze up, I was actually gonna say the one that I like that those two did was Dogma.
I've got that.
That's actually a good movie.
Special edition DVD of that.
So, we were talking Batman earlier. What do you guys think of Ben Affleck as Batman in the newer ones? In the Superman versus Batman.
I didn't see that, but I did see the Justice League where he was Batman. And I've been waiting for the Justice League live action since I was a kid.
Have you seen The Flash, the Flash movie?
No, but I know who portrays Batman in that. Well, both of them do actually. I think both him and
No. There's three of them in that one.
Yeah,
I'll give him this.
Mm-hmm.
He was better than George Clooney and Val Kilmer and a couple of the others. What's his name? The guy from Twilight that did Batman.
Yeah. Well, okay. In the Flash movie, your main Batman.
Michael Keaton's still my favorite.
he was in it.
In the Flash movie, your main Batman was Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
And then you also had Ben Affleck, and I believe Christian Bale was in there as well.
Oh wow. Where is she?
At the end.
Yeah.
Where is she? I need to know. Tell me where she is.
Yeah.
But again, I still like Heath Ledger's.
Batman. How are you doing today?
He did the Joker.
Oh, Bane.
That's right. That's my name. Now, see, but in the cartoon, he didn't say anything but Bane.
What?
Bane.
The other thing they fucked up real bad, besides that Fantastic Four movie.
Oh, they shouldn't have changed the people in that.
Is that TV series. I watched it for I think I got
I think he was the best Joker.
2 episodes, maybe 3, right? And it's that one called Gotham.
Oh God, Gotham! They fucked that up too. They screwed that storyline up so bad it's not even funny.
Well, have you ever heard of a skinny penguin?
No.
I mean, the guy that
It's not a movie, Ashley. It's a series on HBO Max.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I mean, it's the same dude that played the Penguin, I think, in that Batman movie with the Twilight dude. I forget his name.
Well, the guy that plays that Penguin looks like he's chubbier than the one that played in the Gotham TV series.
No, the one that played the best Penguin was Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I agree.
He emulated the comic book.
Well, actually, no.
Penguin.
My favorite Penguin goes way back to Burgess Meredith.
Okay, yeah, he was a good Penguin too. But I'm saying the one that was the closest to the height, the size, and also he did portray it very well as the Penguin.
Danny DeVito did a great job in honoring Burgess Meredith's memory in that movie where he was the Penguin.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that, and then
Also, all the Copperpots.
but I didn't like what's his name. You know, I mean, I like Jim Carrey, but he sucked as the Riddler.
Well, yeah.
He was too goofy, too funny, and you know,
What's
he
his
couldn't
name?
play that like devious type.
He played a darker Riddler than what you had on the Adam West Batman. And I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember the guy's name. He was a comedian that portrayed the Joker, oddly enough. Did impressions
Joker
and
or
everything.
Riddler?
Huh?
Joker or Riddler?
I mean, Riddler. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Um, no, Joker was Cesar Romero. Um,
Yeah, the original.
the original Riddler.
And the original Riddler was
I can't remember his name either.
I usually know it too, and it's just escaping me. But he did really good impressions in his stand up and stuff when he was doing that. Um, let's see.
Frank Gorshin played the
Yeah,
original
Frank Gorshin.
Riddler.
Yep. Like once I didn't even realize there was some hokey ass movie that I love for whatever reason that came out in the '90s um, with what's his name, Robert Townsend, Meteor Man, and Frank Gorshin plays like the bad guy in that movie, and I didn't even realize that was him at first. And Mark froze.
Wow, they had in that entire old TV series, the one with Burt Ward and Adam West.
Mm-hmm.
They had, it looks like 1, 2, 3
Catwoman.
different Catwomans, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then you had um oh wow, Vincent Price was in there as Egghead.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they had their random bigger stars that would.
You had two actors playing Mr. Freeze. No,
Yeah,
three.
I didn't like the Mr. Freeze back then.
There was three of them playing Mr. Freeze. Yeah, they had a lot of different actors playing some of those villains. You know,
And
like
I didn't even realize as a kid that the Joker had a mustache. Like you couldn't tell because of the makeup, but
Oh, we got back on Tuesday morning early, so. Mama, it's time. Hold on. We
and one of the Catwomen was black.
yeah.
Wow.
I can't remember.
Hey, it looks like Tom might have froze.
Did I?
Yeah, well, Mom was being a buddy.
I'm not frozen.
No. On that,
Oh,
Ashley, that's not who. Yeah, she did a great Catwoman. But no, we were talking about way before you were born. You weren't even an inch in my pants yet. The old Adam West, back when I was a kid, there was a TV series with Adam West and Burt Ward playing Batman and Robin. And when I was watching it, it was in reruns already, because that thing started in like mid 60s, like right around 64, 65, and that's somewhere in there.
that was Julie Newmar, Lee Merriweather, and Eartha Kitt.
Yeah, well, that one
Eartha Kitt was the black woman.
The one woman, she plays. I still see her acting today, still, because I've seen her on NCIS playing like Gibbs' mother-in-law. Oh,
Apparently, Christina Ricci.
yeah, he's a really old fuck
did a
today.
Catwoman. I could actually hear Robert's voice saying that. That's weird.
He turns like
Happy birthday,
65.
Mark.
He turned like 65 today. So,
Oh, well, we can see you, but we can't hear you. How's that?
That's because he's talking to his daughter
Oh, I
on
thought
the
he was
cell phone.
okay.
I
I
think
got you.
he muted himself.
Yeah.
Actually, let's see, he's 56, I believe. I just turned the numbers around, say 65. Say,
Yeah. Well, dyslexia happens when you get older like that.
right.
You know?
See. Yeah, I'm a year older than Mark. I'm a year older than Woody. You know,
Wow. I haven't even reached the 50 mark yet, and I'm holding on to 49 as much as I can because February's coming quick.
you know, and then March is just right around the corner, and I get a year closer to that fucking.
What around the what corner?
What?
I got my child on the phone. Hang on.
Yeah, we know you have your child on the phone. But
I had my
And
child.
it looks like Tom's frozen. His picture's been frozen for a while on my screen.
he's not frozen. Like, put on a hat, man. The glare is like blinding.
Gotta put a little powder on there, man. Buff it down, you know.
I think he buffed it and waxed it. That's why
Might
it's
have,
got
yeah.
such a glare.
He's got hardwood floors.
Hardwood head too.
Oh man! So tomorrow, I took off for tomorrow because I have an exciting day ahead of me.
Oh yeah, what are you doing tomorrow?
I'm going to this this mansion. It's an old mansion from like the
Really?
1700s.
Nice.
It's not anything really all that impressive, but what's impressive is what's inside of it. Um, the garden that I take care of and all that, and then that I volunteered with. That's in like most of my videos. In fact, it was in my last video. They had a mansion there, and the people that owned it, their last name was Logan, and their dining room set from that mansion sits in this other mansion.
Oh.
So I'm going to be able to go to this mansion.
All right, am I frozen now? Can
No.
you hear me?
Yep.
No, I don't wanna.
But there's also going to be this dude there that's he was on an episode of Expedition Unknown. They were talking about the Doan Gang, which were people from the Revolutionary War that were like extricated by the country, and they went on the lam and they stole money from some bank and stuff like this, and they never recovered the money.
No.
But he was on that show, so I've talked to him once online, but I get to meet him in person.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And I'm definitely making a video out of it. So
nice. Mark, you're froze again.
he just when he comes back and he asks if he's frozen.
So that's that's from the show with Josh Gates then.
Yeah, Expedition Unknown. It's a good episode too. Like I watched it. And then I reached out to this guy because I saw him posting in one of the groups I belong to.
I'm a little disappointed. You know, I gotta say this too because we've been talking about TV in Hollywood.
Mm.
You know, I saw Josh Gates in Milwaukee. I got last minute tickets to see him, so I went down there to see him in Milwaukee while he was
1700
doing like a concert
in the mansion. What's that about? What's that about?
That's what I was just talking about. I'm going to be going to a mansion tomorrow that's like from like the 1700s. Like Benjamin Franklin hung out at this place.
Ah, cool.
Like, yeah. So
is that where he discovered electricity?
Actually,
figured out that lightning does go through cables, and
it's actually
blows the end of your dick off if you don't watch it.
That this is where he did that, and this is just outside of Philadelphia in the suburbs, a suburb called Bensalem. But it's always said that he did that experiment in Philadelphia. But they have like not proof, but they have like facts that when you look at it, they coincide with what he did, because you had to be on an elevated part of the land, which this mansion is. You had to be
Okay.
near water, which there's a creek that runs right along there, and there's some other condition, I think, something to do with the land itself, and it all circles around this mansion. So if this is true, they're going to have to change the history books.
Well, there's a
Well,
lot. I'm sorry to say this, but there's a lot in our history books that's wrong.
well,
Yeah,
yeah, they got to change a lot of things.
There's a ton of stuff in our history books that's wrong,
And,
and they purposely, a lot of it, they purposely did,
you know, but like I was
which
saying,
is wrong. I mean, which is bullshit. But yeah,
I was telling,
it's like okay, I'm gonna piss people off. It's like the Bible. The Bible actually, because the Vatican controls a lot of all that, there are books that were never put in the Bible that are in the Vatican Library right today
well,
that
there's
that
a lot of
tell a
conspiracy.
different, that actually combined with what's in there now tell a completely different story and
You know,
history.
I was on one of Lois's shows. All right, I don't know
I
which
was too.
one. I think it was before the names changed. You know, she changed the names of the two shows.
Hmm.
But they were talking about conspiracy theories that surrounded the Vatican. You know, and oh my God, did I learn a whole lot that day. You know, and it just explains a lot of things. But back to a point I was going to make. Josh Gates was here and did that thing on Bray Road.
Hmm.
And what really pissed me off is because of his producers, the people behind the scenes, they didn't do it right.
Now they did it the most entertaining spin they could do, like
Right.
they do with everything.
That's exactly what they did.
And they could have made it entertaining all by itself without making shit up. I mean, Mark and I saw when they did a drive down at night, driving actually down Bray Road. It's about
We did the same thing
miles.
before they even did it.
Right, and this is about 2.5 miles. It's completely dark. You know, mine can play tricks with
You
you.
gotta occasionally you have house lights, but they're off of the road and back kind of behind the woods a little bit.
And anyway, they saw like eye shine and immediately was jumping all over it, but it was a raccoon.
It's a coon, man. I could have told you that. In fact, I did tell you that from just looking. It's a coon.
But they jumped to the conclusion that it was the Beast of Bray Road.
Hey, mind out of the gutter. I'm not going in that direction.
I didn't.
They only talked to Lee for a few minutes.
I seen you say you roll your eyes and start giggling.
You know, they could have done a better thing with that.
They
whole
could have.
Bray Road.
They could have did way better with it. I agree. But
Well, that dude. I mean, I'll give him. He's got some balls though, because during the episode with this guy that I'm going to meet tomorrow that he was on, they went down into this cave, and it's like a real thin hole that you have to like lower yourself down with rope and everything.
How to use the Vaseline.
Yeah, pretty much. And I mean, he went down there. I wouldn't have done it.
Well, I've seen him go into some pretty crazy places.
Yeah,
okay?
he's got some balls.
But they could have done a better job.
I'm sure.
You know, they could have interviewed Lee more because he loves to talk about it. And they could have actually, after driving down the road, instead of jumping to conclusions over there, they could have actually spent the night on his land and did an actual investigation and probably would have gotten better footage for the TV show.
Probably.
I mean, hell, what we had happen to us would have been better than the iShine on, and they've got better fucking equipment, considering who he is.
Yeah, I'm
I
sure.
mean, we had pretty good equipment too because we weren't alone that night that we were there that night. We had Dale Kazmarek with us, and he had a nicer thermal imaging camera than we have. Our camera can only take pictures. His was able to take video,
Yep.
And he had like on a 10-inch, like a 10-inch
Oh, he's
screen,
back. That was quick.
you know. But Josh Gates, their thermal shows right up on their laptops and stuff, and they could have gotten. And if they would have
Yeah,
got,
their equipment's better.
if they would have got happened to them, what happened to us that night, that would have been better footage for them than the iShine, because we had a bipedal figure in a cornfield, and then when we lost track of it, Dale and I were saying that it followed Mark. Yeah,
And it did.
Tokyo.
There was something in the cornfield following me. Hey, you know what? Does she tell you to lie a lot?
You can do the helicopter with it.
But see, I don't like those shows either. I mean, people want to see something real. Sometimes it's paranormal. Go watch my channel. Go watch some of those others that are on YouTube. They just show what they see is, what they see is what you're
No,
going to see.
but what I was going to say though, he does have experience in that, and they actually did catch some stuff. Do you remember when they took the crew and went down to Mexico to the island of dolls?
Oh, that was one of my favorite episodes.
They actually caught one of the dolls moving, and they were staying in that little shed thing, and there was a lot of stuff happening on the outside where
what's her name?
Something was
that's where they had the Expedition X.
Yeah.
So before Josh, he sends out those two people before he comes out.
No, I think he was out there with them.
No,
in that episode.
Not at the beginning. He comes out later.
He was out there with them, I think.
No, I don't know.
But the whole thing is, I remember that when there was they caught some good stuff.
Where the little girl supposedly drowned just off that shore. I can't remember the gal's name from that show, but anyway, she got really spooked.
Quit slamming your hand down. You made your camera move. You literally made your camera move a little bit. Yeah, see?
Yeah, it's because I'm banging on the table.
And it actually just moved again. It moved over.
Yeah, I know. You can't see all my signs.
Yeah. But now this is getting frustrating for me with this. I might actually call it early, let you guys finish out the show.
We're almost done.
And anyway, Lisa wanted me to go to dinner, or wanted to take me to dinner anyway. So.
Oh yeah, where are you going?
Don't know.
McDonald's.
No, hell no. her and I will not touch McDonald's. I seen an article and read that they did testing of the hamburger at McDonald's, and they found human DNA in it.
All right.
So anybody that goes to McDonald's, they're eating Soylent Green.
I stopped eating there like 20 years ago.
I mean,
yeah, about the same. About the same for me.
It got. See, the way I look at it is those restaurants, Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King, their food has gone downhill and their prices have gone skyrocketing. Yeah. Right?
Except for Taco Bell. Their food's pretty good and their prices are pretty decent.
Yeah, right. Bullshit. Anyway,
you don't like their food?
No.
You had 3 of their tacos today. That's what you told me to bring you.
But that's free food. You don't turn around free food.
Oh, fuck you.
But Taco Bell is just as bad as the rest of them. All right, Robert. Taco Bell is just as bad as the rest of them. Their quality has gone down over the years, and their prices have gone up. All right. Now, for example, and you guys you might not be familiar with the one, but I think most of them are familiar with the other one. The two restaurants now, we don't go into any of those fast food places anymore. If I'm going to make tacos, I'll make tacos at home. Make the meat so I know exactly what's in it, and
Meat tacos.
How do you know?
and sit there and use Doritos, and it's a lot cheaper, and it lasts for like 3 or 4 days if you make enough, right? Now, but the point I was making though about that restaurant thing is McDonald's has gotten so expensive. For her and I to eat at McDonald's, it costs almost $50, and I'm going, what the fuck?
Yeah, I can believe that.
That's
and it's like, Jesus Christ.
insane.
So I go to there's a truck stop here called Pinecone, the Pinecone truck stop. Not too far from where we live, like 20 minutes outside of town. And then of course, I don't know, most people have heard about Denny's.
Can't find them anywhere around here.
Well, okay, so but they got really good food. It's like a small diner that's been around forever, and they've got like the $2, $3, $4, $5 menu, whatever.
Yeah.
Her and I can eat there at either one of those places, and it's going to cost us maybe a little over $20.
Wow.
Better food, probably healthier than eating at McDonald's or Burger King or any of those places.
Most definitely.
I miss
and
Denny's.
about half the price and twice the food.
Yep.
Denny's was great. Moon's Over Miami, the Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity.
One over in Portland in Saturday called Sherry's. That was pretty good too.
Or those little like local, when you get into like small towns, some of the local cafes, like we've got one down here, is Main Street Cafe. It's been around for quite a few years.
IHOP. Yep.
And I can go in there on a Saturday or Sunday morning if we get there early enough. It's immediate seating. It looks like an old-fashioned diner from the, and I can get sausage gravy and biscuits and hash browns for like $5.99. And those biscuits are like this big around. Yeah, they're huge, and they're homemade.
Yeah, some of the better restaurants and stuff like that are in just like little towns. Like where, I have relatives up in Erie, Pennsylvania. As a matter of fact, more than half of Erie, Pennsylvania is related to me in some way. On my mom's side of the family. But we used to go up there every year. My grandfather and I and whoever else would go with us. And we always stopped at this one truck stop. I can't remember what the name of it was, but their advertising slogan was "Home of the Worst Apple Pie."
Oh, jeez.
But it was actually really good. I tried. I had to try it once. I was like, "Oh my god, I got to try this. I got to see how bad."
Well, it's gonna make you want to try it.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I get the concept behind that.
But all their food was good.
Well, see, that's it. Just it. Those truck drivers, they know what truck stops are the best ones to eat at too. And in my family, I had like 3 or 4 uncles that pretty much drove truck for a living.
Yep.
Over the road.
Ashley's asking what the name of the truck stop was that you stopped at on the way back from Nick's wedding.
Oh fuck, I don't know. It wasn't a pine cone. I don't know. I don't know. I know there was one. I don't think it was that one, but I'm trying to. Petro. It might have been Petro truck stop. No, because it was on the interstate. You know,
it's just called the. I just looked it up because I looked up home of the America's worst apple pie. It's just
Yeah.
called I-80 Restaurant.
I'm actually gonna buy it. I'm actually gonna bail.
yeah, I figured that.
We thought you already had.
Well, I keep freezing up, and then I keep resetting, and then I keep freezing up, and I keep. And so I was like,
Yeah.
yeah. I stuck it out. I stuck it out for an hour or so. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
go enjoy the rest of your birthday.
I'm gonna bail and probably go have
Yeah,
some
okay.
dinner. So we'll talk to you guys later.
Well, happy
Yeah.
birthday, man.
Thanks.
And Daddy caused a fire by blowing out all the candles.
Oh, dad jokes. Gotta love them. Without dad jokes, I wouldn't have anything. Yes.
Well, he's lucky. He's
Why?
only got one kid.
Oh well.
He's got 2 grandkids though, but he's got one kid.
Yep.
I don't think I'll ever have grandkids.
And unfortunately, she's a lot like her mother.
Yeah.
So he's got to put up with that.
Mm-mm.
Her mother was. Boy, the
Yeah.
way she screwed Mark over when the divorce happened, that was just bad news.
Mm.
You know.
Divorce is never fun.
And what was funny about the whole thing, though, when I met Mark, because he was my brother's friend, they were working together at Union Cab, and then I
Yeah.
started there. Anyway, later we found out that I was related to his wife.
Yeah.
How about that?
And it's like, oh God,
Small world kind of thing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
yeah, it was. And it's like,
The older I get, the more those things I find.
yeah, no shit.
Stop looking then.
Yeah, I'm not trying to. They just appear.
I approach you and go, boom.
Well, I suppose we should call it a night. Give me about 10 minutes before I think I'm going to appear on this, whatever's going on over on Things Network today.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if you can see that chat or not, but
I don't know if there's like more than one chat for them.
yeah, there is.
Okay,
There is.
'cause
Yeah.
I'm only in the one chat, and the last message I see on there was at 9:17 this morning. So
No, it's like here's the link for tonight. If anyone wants to join us, show starts at 8 Eastern.
that's in like 9 minutes.
And then they're talking, and I just want to see what he's using. What is he using? OneStream. So I'm gonna see what that's like.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see.
I want to see how it works different because Mark's bitching about this, but I don't think this is it.
No, because it's not happening to anybody else. So.
Right, he's the only one that it's happening to, and
I'm willing to bet whatever the problem is, he would probably have it with any of them.
when we do golf it, all right, we've got Nick, Robert, Kate,
Yeah.
Joe, whatever, and not
International.
Nick. Nick tends to have problem just a little bit, but
A little bit problem, yeah.
he just kind of does that where like it's buffering or something,
Yeah.
He doesn't totally lose the connection, but that's because he's got a bad connection and he's in the basement.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
He
when
needs a hard wire.
and when he changes over to a different computer or different room, his connection gets a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But nope, he's always got to blame Spectrum or that it's something else, and I think it's because his computer's not hardwired.
Yeah.
It helps.
And he's relying on it to be wireless. And the thing is, there's so much that can interfere with the wireless connection. And then at the same time, you got to realize you've got your camera going, so you're feeding video and audio out through it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're accepting video and audio in on it. You could be overloading that
Definitely.
wireless connection.
Yeah. Yep.
And depends how much RAM he's got too. If it's only a limited amount of RAM, they'll be flooding it and it'll be pausing like when it's.
Well,
You
now that
know,
he got another year older, he's got a little less RAM. You know.
and if your girlfriend's downstairs on the TV or
Yeah.
or something else, that's all wireless too. And it's like,
Yeah.
you know, you're flooding the wireless connection.
Yeah. Bandwidth.
Because yeah, you may be able to watch a video and stuff like that with no problem, but you're not streaming out video and streaming in video at the same time, and then your girlfriend
Exactly.
getting down there on her phone and watching the TV.
Yeah.
See, that's why I always have at least one computer in the house totally wired.
Yep.
This one is. I have a bunch of wire running from downstairs.
So
where
I
it
never
is.
have an issue. I mean, it works on both. I mean, I do have it working so that it's got wireless, but I've got it plugged in. I've got an Ethernet cable plugged into it, so it stays connected.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's not his computer because it's a brand new computer, and him always trying to compete, saying, "Yeah, mine." But you don't have the top of the line video card in your computer. He was telling me, he was trying to compete with me when he was telling me, "Oh, my video card's better than yours." That's but mine was the top of the line video card when it was back, a year or two ago when I got this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Yeah, well, mine's about 4 years old now, and it's
if I
really
get
fine.
another cable, I could have this hooked up too, and I'll have 3 monitors hooked up to my computer.
Just have a wall of monitors in front of you.
Yeah.
Well, it almost looks like that.
It's like, what are you doing? Well, I'm playing golf, watching Batman, downloading this.
Well, see here, this TV. Whoops! What did I do?
I don't know.
Oh, I got the cord hooked up. Look, this is like my setup. There's a monitor there. There's a monitor there, and now there's this big thing here. That's the biggest one right there. That's bigger, than the other 2 monitors. This one's the biggest monitor I had. Right there.
The dark one's the biggest. Yeah.
It happens that way.
It does.
Genetics.
But I got kind of bored because the issues that you're having with multiverse,
Yeah.
the issues that Mark's been having with multiverse.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to be having that problem.
I was like trying to find something else to do, and it's like, well, I've got Four Kings Casino on Steam, but I don't have that much money. I'm almost broke because in the game Four Kings Casino.
Right.
Out of bad luck playing those slots over there. But on the Xbox on Four Kings Casino, I've got like almost $2 million. And I can sit there and play the progressive slots that they have at $3,000 a spin.
Bloody hell.
And
man, where's the cash out button, man?
And try to win the jackpot again. Because that's how I got over the 2. I won the jackpot once before, and it was like $3 million or so. And I've got another 500,000 plus sitting in a safe in the penthouse.
All right.
That's on the Xbox. But then I've also got all kinds of things, like the wrestling game. They released a thing, downloadable content for Bray Wyatt. Big advertisement during their like SmackDown and Raw.
Oh yeah, I heard you talking about that before.
I got the highest edition you can get. You got a regular edition, deluxe edition, and then a platinum edition. And the platinum edition is supposed to include this new download content that they just released today. They
Yeah.
want to charge me fucking $9.99 for it, and it's like, motherfucker.
It's free.
Because if you bought either or the
Yeah.
deluxe version or
Or the platinum.
the platinum version, and the platinum version was like the 40 years you got with that, you also got 40 years of WrestleMania in there.
You're gonna have to call their
Yeah.
customer service or whatever.
And
Yeah.
that's why I got it, was because of the 40 years WrestleMania, 40 years of WrestleMania that thing's got. No,
Uh-huh.
I'll probably have to wait because the fucking store was down today too, and I'll have to wait a day or two until I'll go into the store and all of a sudden, yep, it says,
Well, yeah, maybe that's the problem too.
you own this, install it.
Yep.
Mm.
It happens. It's a pain in the ass.
Well, you got about a minute before they start their
Yep.
show.
Yep. I'll see ya.
Right.
See you, everybody.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Vader.
Good night. Thank you, Robert, for joining us. Thank you, Tom,
No problem.
for coming in. And
Yeah.
happy birthday again, Mark. Hope
Happy
you get
birthday,
your
old
juice
man.
fixed. And there we go.